Hi guys, we are on our first official knit and natter. Hilariously, I'm not knitting. I will be nattering, but I am weaving in. So this is Becca's reading blanket. And I have lots of ends to weave in, so we're going to be doing that whilst I talk about what I've been doing. I'm not going to lie, this is probably going to be quite a short video because I haven't really done much this month so far. Like, I've been to see no shows. Like, usually I would like kind of put in some things and say what shows I've seen. I would say about like the things I've done, if I've gone somewhere, like stuff like that. Now the issue with that is I have not done anything really. So since Christmas I went down to see Becca last weekend. However, we sat and we read. I've read a lot, I can say that. I have read a lot this year so far. Like, we are in like almost at the end of the third week of January, and usually I'll have read like 3 books maybe. And I've read 5 books so far this year. I cannot talk about some of them because there is a bit of a vlog that I'm doing, which I can't really talk about just yet. But no, it's coming. But yeah, so there is some books. What books can I talk about? So the first book that I read, I don't know if I talked about it. I might have a clip. If I've got a clip, I'll enter it here. Hi, so this is probably going to go into a knit and natter, but I just finished a book. This is my first book of the year, and I finished The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, or Poston, or however you say it. And it was incredible. Like, I always forget just how much I love reading Ashley Poston's books. She is such a talented writer, and I cannot wait to read anything that this author puts out. It was incredible. I basically read the full book today. I only read like 5% yesterday, and I read the rest of it today. It was so good. I'm so glad that I read this. I'm really excited to read more. I'm slightly sad it's over, but yeah, it was incredible. The way that this person writes food. Here's the thing, I realized very, very quickly that I'm very much a person who likes well-written descriptions of food. Like, that is one of my favorite things, and I don't know why. And she can write food. Oh my God. But yeah, I have finished it. It was 5 stars. Now I need to figure out what I'm reading next. Yeah, it was, I don't know what else to say about it. It was a 5-star. It was my first book that I read this year, and it was like an automatic 5-star. It was fantastic. It was so good. I like was messaging Chloe and I was like, this is great. I don't know why I put it off for so long. It's fantastic. I love it. And she was very, very happy that I loved it. Then I read something that I can't really talk about because it's for a vlog. You will find my you'll find out my thoughts and feelings on that when the vlog goes live. But that's probably not going to be until February, so I'm sorry about that. I then read Queen of Shadows because I'm part of Massalong, so we were reading Queen of Shadows, and yeah, I have no notes on that because it's obviously one of my favorite books, well, my favorite series. And yeah, thoroughly enjoyed. Was not surprised when I did. We had a really, really nice discussion about it, and yeah, that was good. And then read another book that I can't really talk about because of the vlog. I will explain in the vlog why I can't talk about that. And then I read reread House of Earth and Blood. Hi, I have a Becca, because in this video you will have not seen her. So I've been really productive reading wise and otherwise this weekend. So first off, I don't have it on me, but I finished a book that's for a different vlog that I'm going to kind of keep secret because surprises. I read a little bit of Sleep Like Death. I am not very far into it at all. I'm only like that far into it, and I did not read today's pages because I was finishing a different book, and that book that I was finishing was House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J Maas. So I read this much today, which is a lot of book. It's really interesting kind of going in with like thoughts. I'm not going to say too much because
it's more like non-spoilery. If you've read the second book and then rereading the first book, knowing everything you know from the second book.
Yeah. And yeah, it's been very interesting to kind of go back. And there's been a few things that I've picked up on and I've just like whacked this one and gone, oh my god. And then you were like, I didn't realise that. So it was really, really interesting. So yeah, hopefully I can read a bit more of this tomorrow. And then I finished this and I finished my other book. So I've read about 700 pages this weekend. This is 5 books down. For someone who doesn't read a lot.
And for someone who does read a lot, we're both at 5 books read so far this month/year.
But someone's going to finish books tomorrow. And obviously I'm not going to be able to because I'm going to be driving because I'm going home tomorrow, sadly. But that is not the only thing that I finished today. What did you just...
I was like, no, she's not.
We've been over this, baby. But that's not the only thing that I finished today because I finally finished making a blanket. And you'll already know this because I will be weaving the ends in for the Natter. Because all of the ends... It's gonna be a nightmare. I'm already dreading it, but it's gonna look amazing when it's done. It already looks pretty good.
On the plus side, at least there's not one of these for every single book.
No, but it is the right. That's all well and good, baby. But if you look at this part where you had a 4-star, 5-star, 4-star, 5-star, a 3-star, 5-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. And then we go down to here where you had like 3 5-stars, 2 4-stars, a 5-star, 4-star, a 3-star, and then many. And then, you know, we go down here and it's similarly.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not asking you to do one this year.
No, you're not. You are correct. I do now need a new project. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Because so I have done, this is my 10th blanket like this I've done, not books. This is a pattern that I've adapted to make it work for book reading. But I've done this blanket on many occasions. I have done, like a good 10 of them. So I know this pattern like the back of my hand. And this pattern is very, very easy for me to just kind of do other things without worrying and thinking too much. And now I don't know if I'm going to be making one of these blankets for a while now. Because all of the friends who had blankets or needed blankets have blankets. And also the Ratings blankets, they are amazing, don't get me wrong. But they take so much time and they take a lot of...
Especially with all of our friends that read quite a lot as well.
Yeah.
Like a bit different if you only read 50 books in a year.
Yeah, like when I did mine was only for 70 books. This is for 200 books. Which is why it...
Could you imagine how big it would have been
so
if... Because the actual pattern is like 4 rows, isn't it?
No, like, so the original pattern is blocks of 44.
That doesn't help me. I don't know what that means.
So you know how this is 2 rows? So
yeah,
I did
so
2 rows. Like... Yeah. So instead of having it as 2 rows per book, it's blocks of 44 rows. So they're more like that big.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So it's like 6 blocks of 44 that I've then adapted to just do the same amount of like stitches along for each row, and then I've just done 2 rows per book. But the original one it's just a block one. I'll show you a picture of some of the ones I've done.
I will say though, I really hate that my first read of 2023 was a 2-star.
She did also say at one point that she was jokingly going to wait and to read the last Secret Circle book to the end of the year and have it as her last one so that it would match at the end.
But also, at least now, it might not match at the end, but I know what the first book was to the last book.
And also, they add up to a 5-star. No, they don't. They add up to a 6-star. Because that's a 2-star, not a 1-star.
Yes.
But it might as well have been a 1-star.
Yeah, it should have been.
But yeah, so lots of productivity in a very quiet weekend.
It was nice to have just a break though. Just chill.
Everyone's been asking, what are you doing? What are you going to go see? And I was getting absolutely nothing. We're not doing anything.
Yeah. I got like, oh, what's your plans for your day off? Read.
Yeah, I got a lot of, you going straight after work? Well, what are you doing tomorrow? Nothing. Well, what shows are you going to see? I'm not. Oh, but you usually go and see a show. Yeah, but no. But yeah, it's been lovely. I don't want to go. I go home tomorrow, and I don't want to. Sadly, I have to.
Also, I should just say, like, this is your vlog. Like, just while she was talking then, there was a bit of hair caught on my piercing.
Have you ever seen me in the back of your vlogs? Like, people are used to us by now. And if they're not and they care, I don't care. Like, yeah. But go back to the I don't know what she's going to be talking about because I've had an out going on. I've done very, very little as of late, so there's not going to be anything exciting that she's going to be talking about. Apart from being surprised that she's reading so much. She might have finished a couple more books. Anyway. And of course it was fantastic. I knew that was going to be fantastic. It's one of my favourite series by my favourite author. What else did we expect? But now I am reading, well, I'm going to start, technically actually, I am reading something. I'm reading Sleep Like Death by Kaylin Barron because me and Becca are buddy reading it. So I'm reading that and I'm really enjoying it. I'm not surprised. It's Kaylin Barron. I like Kaylin Barron's writing. No one is surprised that I'm really enjoying her book. So we're reading that. We're really enjoying that. And then I'm also about to start Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare because By the Angel Along is doing a one-off for Swordcatcher. So I'm doing that live with the girlies. And yeah, I haven't started that. I started it for a second and then just kind of didn't really start it because I wasn't up to reading last night. So I ended up playing a game called Stray Gods, if no one knows what that is. It is a roleplay game on PS4. I think it's on other consoles as well, but I have a PS4, so it's on PS4. And it is a musical RPG. And it's got Laura Bailey and Ashley Johnson in, as well as Felicia Day and a few other people that I love and I'm really excited for. And so I started playing that, and that's really, really interesting. I'm kind of taking it slowly though, because my brain keeps on like disappearing, but the music's really interesting. I really wasn't expecting like loads from it, I'm not gonna lie. But like we get to hear Laura Bailey sing, which is great because she's a fantastic singer and one of my favorites. So I'm playing that. I then came upstairs and got in bed and watched Gladiators because they've just done a revival of Gladiators. And look, I'm not saying that I'm obsessed, but it was like a core memory in my childhood of watching it with my mother. So of course, when I saw that it was back, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch that. So I ended up watching that whilst I weaved some ends in yesterday, and yeah. But apart from that, I really haven't done much. I've had a really, really boring life at the moment, which, don't get me wrong, I'm kind of loving. I'm just going to work and coming home and stuff like that, and yeah. I don't even think I can talk about things because, like, yeah, I have plans. I've been doing a lot of planning. There's some things in the works behind the scenes. Obviously, you know about the vlog that I can't really talk about. There's a few other vlogs I want to do with like reading goals and things like that, because I did say in my reading goals that I wanted to do, instead of doing like vlogs every week, I wanted to do like themed vlogs and do like random themes. And I kind of have, I sat down today and I've got about 7 planned. And it's like challenges and stuff like that. Also, you know how I was like, oh, I'm totally gonna like write more, and one of my goals is to write like 5,000 words a week. I've not wrote a single word at all, which really good, actually. Well done. Starting really strong. But like I said, I wasn't going to like police myself with that. Like, if I didn't want to, I wasn't going to. We're not going to be mean to ourselves in 2024, and we're not going to overwhelm ourselves. But yeah, so what I am doing is I've been knitting, I've been reading, I've been playing games, I've been living, and sometimes living is fine and living is great. But I do have a lot of exciting things planned for the channel, and I've got a lot of exciting things planned for the rest of the time. And yeah, I've also like really impressed with myself that I've like kept up with like the goal of posting once a week. I really did not want to film this today, just because exhaustion is a thing, and Becca has like pushed me and gone, no, you said you were going to do it, we're going to do it. So thank you, Becca, I appreciate you a lot, and this is what we're doing. And I'm gonna probably not even edit this much, and it's just gonna go up. And yeah, what have I got coming up? Let's talk about what we've got coming up. So I have a concert planned. I've got a couple of shows booked, but they're not until like later on down the line. And I have Becca coming up for like 2 weeks in February. And I'm back at rehearsals, which is going to be really, really exciting. I have rehearsal start tomorrow night, and we're going to see what it's like. I'm very, very excited to get back to it. I'm not going to lie, because it's been a miss. I really, really enjoy the singing and the performing. So it's going to be really, really fun to get back to it and like figure out what we're singing and how we're going and all of that. And hopefully we sound good. I'm sure that we will sound good. But yeah, apart from that, there's not a lot else I can talk about, really. I have had like, I mean, don't get me wrong, we had Christmas and stuff like that, but like most of my Christmases are quiet because my family is very, very like subdued. We have family over, well, we had like friends and family over, but like, yeah, and I live alone, so like it's not the end, it's not like a big deal. Like Christmas is always quite chill, and it has been for a fair few years now. And to be fair, I quite like it because I just get to kind of relax, and I don't have to worry too much about like stressing and performing and like masking, let's be real. But yeah, I got spoiled by Becca, I will say that. But apart from that, I don't have much else to say, apart from that I'm already sick of these edges. And I've done like this much of it. Like, where is it? Yep, so I've done like this much of it. This is not much of the blanket at all. There's like so much blanket left. So yeah, there'll be another video this week because I have a little bit of a surprise thing. It's like something that, like I said, we've been working on, so that's going to be there. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye guys.